Also, Piers, Ronaldo, who I think told you had great abs. Ronaldo was waved into the World Cup by he would have had to sit out the first 2 games.
I've seen this. Wait a minute. I've seen this. You guys are all citing Cristiano Ronaldo because he got a red card in the qualifiers. What happened in the next game that he was due to play? You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
No. Let me inform you. He didn't play.
You will not believe the absolute meltdown that just went down on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Donald Trump actually called up the head of FIFA to try and get a Team USA red card overturned. And when Piers called out the blatant corruption, American pundits Clay Travis and Ben Ferguson completely lost their minds trying to defend it. We are talking fabricated facts, unhinged shouting matches, and an ending so beautifully ironic you have to watch this video till the very end to see how it all blew up in their faces. Before we roll the tape, do me a massive favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe so you never miss a breakdown, and drop a comment right now letting me know exactly where you're watching from in the world. Alright, grab your popcorn, let's jump straight into the chaos.
Clay Travis, let me start with you. Welcome back to Uncensored, because you've been spewing an absolute load of old guff about this on your social media. And I would simply say to you one question. If this was Belgium who had done this to your lot, and they had got their president to call FIFA and demand a unique, unprecedented, first time ever rescinding of an automatic suspension for a red card during the World Cup, you, Clay Travis, I put it to you, would have gone absolutely bonkers and called it the most corrupt thing you'd ever seen. So why are you pretending that this is all squeaky clean?
First of all, I don't even know if Belgium has a president or a leader. I don't know anything about Belgium other than we're going to kick their ass today a little bit
The
later.
whole world wants you to lose now. You realise that?
Congrats to you, Piers. I'm going to be kind, charitable right off the top. Amazing win for your Brits against Mexico. Awesome game last night. I know early morning win for everybody over in England. Look, this is maybe something that people outside of the United States haven't experienced. Lawyers and judges get involved in American sporting contests all the time. I started off my career in college football. It is not uncommon. That is American football. Not that we speak. There are many different lawsuits pending all over the country about whether quarterbacks are going to be able to play for teams, about whether or not players are going to be eligible. This is actually very common for American sports fans. Governors, senators, congressmen, they have regularly weighed in on American sporting
This has got nothing to do with the integrity of the World Cup. I'm sorry. You're avoiding the key question, Clay Travis, which is you guys are cheating. And if Balogun plays tonight...
We're not cheating at all.
You're cheating.
You misspoke on the open. This happened in 1962. They suspended
and that
a red
was a
card,
fix.
so
that was believed to be corruption.
Also, Piers, Ronaldo, who I think told you had great abs, Ronaldo was waved into the World Cup by he would have had to sit out the first 2 games.
I've seen this. Wait a minute. I've seen this. You guys are all citing Cristiano Ronaldo because he got a red card in the qualifiers. What happened in the next game that he was due to play? You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
No. Let me inform you. He didn't play.
He tries to pull out a historical precedent to save face. He smugly claims that Cristiano Ronaldo once had a red card suspension waived by FIFA in the qualifiers. He's smiling, thinking he's won the debate. Piers stops him dead in his tracks. What happened in the next game he was due to play? Clay stammers, I don't know. Piers drops the hammer. He didn't play. He was suspended. Imagine coming onto a global broadcast, trying to defend presidential corruption with a historical example, and getting the basic facts completely wrong. Absolutely embarrassing for Clay.
He didn't play in the next qualifying game.
So all of the reports that he would have had to sit out
all the reports are completely erroneous. There was a suspension of 2 of the 3 games, but that was nothing to do with what happened in the next game. He got suspended automatically
That's pretty
for a game.
significant. Ronaldo, superstar, got a favorable ruling from FIFA, just like the United States. But Piers, I would come back to the original call. It was wrong. Rectifying a bad call is not in some way doing something inappropriate in the world of sport. I wouldn't have complained if Belgium had their player coming back.
Let me bring in Mark Lamont Hill. There's an irony here, of course, because Folarin Balogun is actually a classic example of a birthright citizen of the United States. He had Nigerian parents. His mother was heavily pregnant. They were stopping over, I think, in New York, and it was deemed she wasn't fit to fly because she was so heavily pregnant. So he was born in New York, and then they immediately left very soon afterwards. So, you know, by Trump's own definition, this hero who he saved for the nation, if he'd had his way with the Supreme Court last week, he'd have sent him packing. He'd have removed his citizenship.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I don't want to single out Donald Trump, although I would love to have the opportunity to single out Donald Trump. When you look around the world in all these countries, particularly European countries, many of the countries that have the most intense and draconian migration policies or anti-immigrant policies often benefit from the talents of the people who go on the other side of those policies. I mean, look at France, just as one example. And we see it all the time. There's a running joke among Afro-descendant football players, right? They say, you know, they let you play in France, and they'll say, oh, yeah, you know, do they call you French? And yeah, if we win, we're French. If we lose, we're African.
Right.
So there's always this interesting tension about who they are. But I don't want to miss what Clay just said, because Clay said something really interesting, and I think he's right, that America is such a litigious society that it's not, and politicized society, that it's not uncommon for lawyers and politicians to involve themselves in matters of sport. But there's a difference between involving yourself in matters of sport at the level of policy and involving yourself in matters of sport at the level of calling balls and strikes, effectively saying that was a bad call, we need to rectify it.
Yes.
It was an absolutely bad call. But here's the other piece of it. Lots of bad calls are made. And if Donald Trump's the only person who jumps in and intervenes, then that still creates an unlevel playing field for when a bad call is made against Sweden or Morocco or Ghana or Haiti.
Ben Ferguson enters the chat, and the volume knob just broke. He starts screaming at the top of his lungs about leadership and advocacy. According to Ben, Trump pulling strings behind the scenes isn't cheating. It's just being a good advocate for Team USA. He actually screams at Piers to man up and take some testosterone because apparently, wanting a fair, uncorrupted World Cup means you lack masculinity. Piers smiles through the madness, pointing out the terrifyingly slippery slope. If a superpower president can just bully FIFA into changing rules on a whim, you are heading toward a genuinely corrupt, fascist country when it comes to sport. He is entirely spot on.
England when we play,
or Croatia.
All right, Ben Ferguson. Ben Ferguson, I can see you smirking away as if none of this is really serious. It is serious.
Okay, let's just talk sports. I played in college, and when you go and you choose who you're going to play for, you know what you look at? You look at the coach, and you look at the team around the coach, and you look at the athletic department, and when you pick a school, you say, who is going to be my biggest advocate? The best players in the world, when they retire, who is it they're always talking about? They're talking about their advocates. They're talking about their coaches. They're talking about their parents. They're talking about their strength and training. They're talking about their teammates.
What's that got to do with this?
The president of the United States of America is on Team USA, and he called and he did exactly what a real leader does. And if you don't like it, then maybe you need to elect another leader in your country. If you have a crybaby, you're like, my president didn't call.
Let me be clear.
Like, man up, Piers. Man up. I'm
let
sorry
me be
you got
clear.
a weak leader in the UK.
Let me be
I'm
clear.
really sorry.
Let me be clear.
Sucks you got bad leadership,
Well,
and you don't have a real leader that will make a damn phone call
Let me tell you.
to advocate for your team, man. Like, I can't
Let me
pick
just tell
stupid.
you. Let me just tell you. I'm a great advocate for my team.
Well, then you should man up.
Wait a
and
minute.
You should be like, hell
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
that's leadership.
Wait a minute.
That's what I'd want my country
Before
to do.
you vent your spleen in an ever more ridiculous manner, I was up till 5 a.m. last night watching my team, England, put on the best performance I've seen them do in my lifetime.
And if you got screwed in
I
the back
suspect
hall,
we're going to win the World Cup.
And
you know what worries me?
What
What worries me is when we do win the World Cup, within days of the 250th anniversary of our independence, then Trump will simply call Gianni Infantino and just demand that he get removed.
Let me get my American violin for you guys out here.
Because you're now heading towards a genuinely corrupt fascist country when it comes to
Piers,
sports.
have you even considered...
Man up, okay? Take some of that testosterone and realize that your leaders wouldn't do what Donald Trump did, and you guys need a better leader.
What makes this entire panel screaming defense of Trump so beautifully ridiculous? All that yelling, all that crying from Ben, all of Clay's botched fact checks, and all of Trump's White House lobbying to get Balogun back on the pitch, and the USA still went out and got thoroughly smashed 4-1 by Belgium anyway. They tore up the rulebook, compromised the integrity of global football, gave Piers Morgan the easiest debate victory of his life, and the team still lost the game. Absolutely poetic justice. But I want to know from you, what do you think Trump interference in a football game is just how it is, or it is an evidence of blatant corruption? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Reactionary Politics for more interesting breakdowns.